So there are a few things that said to, that we should be practicing in order to nurture, and develop this, this heart of enlightenment. The first thing is called never giving up on sentient being. So never giving up means that, we cannot claim that I am a bodhisattva practitioner. So I will benefit all the mother sentient being except those in the list of my black book. To them, I will never help them. Except for these 4 guys, everybody I'll give enlightenment. Just, just throw these people out. Never forgive them. So if we have that kind of attitude, yet you say, I want to get enlightened for all the mother sentient being, the bodhisattva or bodhicitta heart is already gone from the window. If we are good only to those whom we like, then our bodhicitta level is equal to the wolf and the eagle. Because it is said in the Himalaya that the wolf that lives nearby certain sheep, they live, they will not harm the sheep because they are used to it. And the eagles or wild animals also, if they, even the cats and dogs usually don't get along. But if you grow up together, they can get along. So that means our bodhisattva level is cat and dog level. So definitely, I think that, and it is said very clearly that you give up on sentient beings, few sentient beings, and yet you still, say, I want to accumulate merit to get enlightened. It is like saying, we have killed our son, but I'm making money for my son. You have already given up on the sentient being and you want to accumulate merit. Now, does that mean that no matter how nasty people are, no matter how negative people are, we should not react? No, it doesn't mean like that. And I remember many times my gurus, there were some very naughty people, there's many years ago, but so I remember when these not negative people comes, usually my gurus, they don't used to give that much attention to that person, or sometimes they don't even get audiences. And then in one of the teachings, my gurus were telling us that, it is not that I have any negative feeling toward that person, because I know that as a bodhisattva, I cannot give up on even one sentient being. Why will I give up on them? They have not done anything to harm me personally. But because they are done negative things, they are doing negative things, if I encourage them, if I do not have any sort of, draw a line, they will continue to go do more and more negative things. And others who are doing positive also will get discouraged. Or even if you are doing good, and even if you are doing bad, Guru doesn't seem to have any sort of, distinction. Let's all be bad, Let's all drink, let's all do, So that is why Guru's job is to encourage the positivity and discourage the negativity in the student. Guru's job is not to entertain people. Guru's job is not to, boost the ego. Many people is very, that's why nowadays most of the guru-student relationship doesn't really work out, because we expect the guru to be smiling all the time, Guru to be kind all the time. You want to say to Guru, Guru, I'm drinking alcohol, is it okay? And you want Guru to say, okay, no problem, No, drink, smoke also, right? Guru, I'm going to do this thing, it's okay, yeah, okay, right? The moment the Guru tells you, no, you are a bit egoistic, you have to be humble, you shouldn't do this, then you don't like, controlling, undemocratic, You want doctor to tell you, drink alcohol, don't, no problem, right? So basically nowadays, before it is Guru Yoga, means student follow Guru and fulfill their wishes and guidance. Now the Guru has to fulfill the student's wishes and guidance, So now it's not a Guru Yoga, it's a student yoga, I'm not blaming you guys, I'm saying all of us are like that. So gurus have to be very careful nowadays. And that's also why we are not really progressing on our path. So anyway, so never giving up doesn't refer to externally, but it refers to internal attitude. That when the time comes, if I can really benefit, I will benefit all this, never giving up on even one sentient being. Another way of understanding that is when we see that somebody is suffering, when we see that animals are going to be killed, and if we have the ability, we should be doing something. Every time we kind of turn even though we have the ability and we have the time, we kind of turn our face away. We are giving up on that sentient being. It's because as a bodhisattva, we are not recommended to give up on sentient being when we have the capability. So anyway, never giving up on sentient being is the first, internally. Yeah. And the second one is remembering the benefit of being a bodhisattva, right? As Holiness mentioned earlier, the secret of compassion. People sometimes feel that if you are a bodhisattva, it's a very hard job. You have to care about all the sentient being. You have to, every merit you have to dedicate it. But we do not realize that even though it is true that bodhisattva does not want anything for himself, he is overly concerned, he or her is overly concerned with sentient being. But he or she gets everything that is desirable in the world. We are the opposite. We want happiness. That is why instead of giving love to others, we demand love. You have to fulfill my wish, my expectation. You have to do what I want. We are always thinking of ourselves and forcing our wishes to others. And that actually repels others. But when you are a bodhisattva who gives unconditional love to all the sentient beings, even if you do not want, you receive all the love in the world. Even from animals, even from ghosts and spirits, etc. Even though you do not want wealth, because your simple act of offering is, the merit is so tremendous that it is said that when the bodhisattvas take rebirth in the realm, unless they specifically choose to be reborn, their merit is so much that they are not even reborn in human world, but always in the God realm, king of the gods. Even when they are born in human realm, they will always be in the kings and emperors, etc. Because karma is a blind actually. Karma is not something that decides. Oh, he's a bodhisattva. He doesn't need karma, good karma, no need. For he need. Karma is basically law of cause and effect. So if you fall down from the building, even if you say I don't want to die, you will still die. So bodhisattva, even if they do not want, because of the force of the karma, they accumulate all the blessings and the so-called material success in the world. They get it naturally, effortlessly, without even wanting to. So, so that is why the practice that is done by a bodhisattva and ordinary people like us is huge difference. Infused by bodhisattva and bodhicitta, heart of enlightenment. It is said that the refuge bodhicitta vow also should be practiced again. As refuge is recommended that after you take refuge, we are supposed to recite the refuge at least 9 times a day. 3 times in the morning, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, Guru, Dakini, in the nature of my own mind, during the lunchtime, and during the night. Similarly, the bodhisattva vow also should be taken again, so that we become familiar with the heart of enlightenment. Other things that destroys the bodhicitta are the 4 negative things. For example, deceiving your guru, deceiving your teacher, Mahayana guru, bodhisattva guru, deceiving the sentient beings to whom we have promised to give enlightenment. Criticizing other bodhisattvas. Because when we criticize other bodhisattvas, we don't know who is bodhisattva. And bodhisattva is a public servant. Let's say that someone called John is a bodhisattva, or Lilin, or etc. If we, without ever analyzing, without any reason, if you have to criticize because of certain reason, you don't have a choice. CEO, it's your job. You're head of the monastery. You have to criticize or discipline whatever. You are the judge appointed by the public prosecutor. You have no choice. But most of us, we are not. And when we criticize other, it doesn't really have any benefit except the negative karma. People will not improve because we criticize. Do we improve when people criticize? I don't think so, especially when it is out of maliciousness. So when we criticize the bodhisattva in particular, in some way we may affect their ability to benefit other people. Other people want to go to this doctor. He is a great doctor. He is a genuine. But you say, he's a fake, You don't know, but you just say, he's a fake doctor. His medicine kills some people or something like that. And all the people who will be benefited by that medicine, doctor, you have prevented that. So that is why criticizing a genuine bodhisattva, now we don't know who is genuine or bodhisattva or not, we don't know. So criticizing that is like a harm, it is said negative karma is more than the killing the beings of the three universe. So that is why criticizing bodhisattva. And bodhisattva is not always in the form of a master, monk, nun. It can come in any, bodhisattva can be anything. For example, in Bhutan, all the successive kings of Bhutan are known as manifestation of bodhisattva. And there are many predictions also that they are special beings predicted by Guru Padma Sambhava, etc. And it is true. In Bhutan, for example, right now in the Himalayan region, world region, in the Vajrayana, I think Bhutan is only country where Buddha Dhamma is flourishing, where government, spends a lot of effort and money on the monastery, establishing spiritual activity, and benefiting the environment. Bhutan, I think the only country that is carbon negative, because when you talk of environment, you are talking of billions of animals, that live in the environment too. For example, Bhutan's 70% is a forest coverage. That means all the animals and their families, their shelters are not destroyed. And because of the carbon, the negative emissions, how many people around the Himalaya, especially I think China and India, are benefited because of the absorption of the carbon by the 70% of the forest. And so that is why Bodhisattva, when we say in Bhutan that Bodhisattva, king of Bhutans are considered to be Bodhisattva, we genuinely believe it. Because Bodhisattva has no kind of, the form external. It is by their selflessness, their wish to give enlightenment, their wish to benefit. That is a part of the Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva can be male, female, businessman, businesswoman, monk, married, not married, you don't know. So anyway, that is the criticizing the Bodhisattva. And then making people regret the good deeds they have done. If people have done something very wonderful, I don't know, maybe they built a school, and then you go and tell them, why did you waste so much money building a school? You should build a temple, School is no use, we have so many schools. That person has done something so wonderful from their heart, and now you are making them regret. And it's not like he can go back and dismantle his school anyway. He's already done it. So rather we should, what is the point? Or someone has gone and donated a huge money to build a temple. And yes, it is the school that gives the education to survive in the world. Gives you knowledge of the science, mathematics, physics, etc. But it is the spiritual place. You can call it a temple. Temple doesn't necessarily have a shape. Any place that develops the person's heart and the wisdom is a temple. And without the wisdom and the heart that is developed, we will use the knowledge of the physics and mathematics to build a nuclear bomb, to harm other beings, knowledge that we get. So yes, both of these are important. Schools are important to survival. Temples and spiritual places are important to develop the heart and the wisdom. So if you make someone regret, why did you build a temple? You should build a school. School is much more better. It's much more with the, if you say like that, again you are making someone regret the wonderful job they have done. And that is a tremendous negative, that is also one of the things that destroys bodhicitta because it harms other sentient beings. Every time we harm other sentient being from our body, speech, and the mind, our, the bodhicitta heart also, kind of degrades. And instead of doing that, if we do the opposite, instead of lying, untruthful to our guru, speaking truth, instead of cheating, being truthful to a sentient being, instead of making people regret the good thing they have done, we encourage them. What a wonderful thing you have done. You are great. Thank you so much. You encourage them. Instead of criticizing the great beings, we compliment them, we praise them. We can. If we do these four kind of opposite of the negative, it is said that you will remember your bodhicitta not only in this life, but even lives and lives to come. You will automatically remember that we will be born with this bodhicitta heart. You will not forget. And then the